Hey, what's up you guys? I wanted to get on real quick and give you a little backpack review on how we traveled Ireland with only a 35-liter backpack. We were there for 2 weeks and we were there in winter, so obviously you're packing heavier things because we're there in winter. I did a lot of research before we ended up with the backpack we did, and I just wanted to give you some pros and cons on that. Originally, the whole point of getting this backpack was because Jake and I were supposed to go on our honeymoon for a 6-month trip to Southeast Asia. And so we were just gonna do it with a carry-on and like a personal backpack. This is why we ended up getting this specific backpack that we did. However, the backpack's fantastic, and of course we used it for our 2-week trip to Ireland, just again with the carry-on. So the backpack that we got, sorry, it's heavy. My wrists are still not quite there yet. The Cotopaxi 35-liter, what is it, Allpa something? Okay, I'm sorry. I had to research just to make sure I wasn't telling you guys the wrong thing. So yes, it is the 35-liter Allpa travel pack. Now, since then, they've come out with other versions that honestly look like a little better. This one does not have a water bottle holder, so if that's important to you, the newest version, and honestly I kind of wish that we had the newest version. Things that I actually did not like about the pack that I had heard from other people, but it doesn't have loading straps at the back, so it doesn't have straps that connect this to here and bring it closer, bring the center closer to feel better the weight placement on your back. So it doesn't have those, and I do honestly really wish it did. Now, I did a lot of research on what size backpack to get. I was like, obviously I want the biggest we possibly can because we're gonna be leaving for a long time, but I also don't, like I need it to be within carry-on guidelines. At first, we were originally looking at the 42-liter backpack, and I can tell you I'm so glad we went with the 35-liter, because even this one, if you stuff this bad boy full, it's shockingly big. And it sometimes was a little bit painful to get in the overhead compartments. Was never a problem, and we waltzed right on in, but I just will tell you, if you are looking for a carry-on bag, I know the 42-liter says it may be compliant, or it is compliant with most airlines. I really would encourage you guys to get the 35-liter, because this one was, and even this one I thought was perhaps like pushing it sometimes, but this one's really great. And I just know that, you know, airlines are cracking down nowadays, right? And that was important for me. I didn't want to have to check a bag, and I didn't want to have to pay extra. Okay, so what I didn't like was no load straps, no water bottle compartment. Also, the actual backpack itself, you cannot move the hip belt, or you can't adjust this to fit your back. And so if you have a long torso, it might not fit you as nicely. I have a really short torso. It wasn't an issue for me. I'm 5'9", but I have a very, very short torso. Jake definitely could, it sits above his hips, so could have fit him a little bit better. Looked at quite a few backpacks. I think the Gregory was one that we looked at that I think could be also very good and potentially better. Not too sure, but I do love this backpack. So let's get into the things that I do like. Number one of the most important things for me is that it opens like a clamshell. What I mean by that is it opens like that. So there's no stuff sack situation. I didn't want a stuff sack situation. I didn't want to have to be rifling through anything. This way, open, I can see everything. It also has the separate compartments. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my wrists just aren't quite strong yet. One separate compartment here, which almost works like travel organizers. I don't know what, travel cubes, which we do also have. We use those as well. But has a large compartment, has a smaller compartment, and then 2 smaller ones here. I really enjoyed those features. The other feature that I enjoyed was the top pocket here, the blue pocket. This is quite a deep pocket. There's my rain hood, by the way, which I also wanted. But this pocket fits the Cotopaxi hip belts. So if you wanted to bring a hip belt, you could totally put that in, which is great. But it's just quite a large pocket, which is really nice. So if you wanted to separate your shoes, put your shoes in, or something easily accessed, you don't have to go into your bag, this pocket is really great for that. The other great pockets are, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Everything just takes like 10 times longer because my fingers and my wrists still they don't have their like dexterity or strength yet. Oh, that's a satisfying sound. This pocket leads to the inside of your backpack. So I actually did find this really helpful because there was quite a few moments when I just was like, oh shit, I forgot to put my sandals that I would use for the showers, for the hostels and stuff, into my backpack because I'd be wearing them, and I could literally just like slide them in, or I could just slide them out. So that was really helpful. Other pocket that's pretty fantastic. This pocket on the side. Love this. Now this has a laptop sleeve in here. Now I have heard from people that it's on the smaller side, so if you have a really big laptop or you have a laptop that goes in a case, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. I only had an iPad, didn't have an issue at all, and I think our laptop, which we didn't bring, to be fair, I think it would fit because it's a smaller one. But just something to bear in mind, if you got a big chunky laptop, maybe this isn't the bag for you. It also just has this pocket here, and we would just keep, you know, important documents, blah, 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 that kind of thing for safe storage. The other great thing, guys, is that the zippers on here are like very big and nice quality. So really chunky, and you can tell, like, yes, I know this adds weight, but you can just tell these are not gonna be breaking on you. These are really lovely, lovely quality zippers. And then, additionally to the zippers, they have this feature. This, actually, sorry, my fingers. Jake was doing this for me when we traveled. But this is like a little, you know, luggage protector, luggage thief, so that like if someone's trying to zip it real close or real quick while you're back, you know, it's on your back, they're gonna have a lot more issue with that. So that's just a little peace of mind thing when you're walking around with your backpack all day. Also in this pocket, they've got a little cheeky, you know, key ring, ring, whatever. Yeah, other great feature that we probably should have utilized more, but we didn't. But these are stowable, these hip belts, inside your backpack to make it less bulky when you're traveling and you want to put it in the overhead compartments, more like a suitcase, right? Stow that right inside, stores away pretty nicely. Like obviously it's got a little cushion for the pushing, but who don't, you know? So now when you're putting it in storage, it's a little bit less sticky outy. Wearing the backpack matches my green sweater. It's obviously not full, but this is what it looks like on. To the side. And then hip belt. Now you can see it kind of sits, these are where my hips are, pretty darn well. But if you have a longer torso, I'm just telling you, it's gonna be a little bit more uncomfortable, and that might be a deal breaker for you, that might not be. These bags these bags also are more expensive. So do bear that in mind. I do love the material here. You can just tell it's more durable, it's thicker. I will say though, since we got these, they've come out with like, I forget what, one version, and it's black, but it's got like cool colors on the zippers. I so wish that I had gotten one of those because it just looks so beautiful. But you know, it is what it is. This one's gorgeous as well. So you can tighten these if you want. And then it also has this part, which is adjustable. Okay, so you can move that down if you want, up, and this just clips in, and there you go. So you ain't going anywhere. I love this backpack, guys. I really, really do. Yes, it's not a perfect backpack, and there's definitely others out there. There's others for cheaper, for more expensive, whatever. But for what we were looking at, the clamshell opening, the separators, it's working out really well for us. Now, to be fair, only a 2-week travel vacation, and we fit everything we needed. I'll do a what we packed for 2 weeks in Ireland video later, but this was perfect. We actually had extra room, and so when we did go home and brought souvenirs, we had room for our souvenirs in our backpack as well. So it worked really well, and hopefully we'll be able to tell you about how these backpacks perform for a 6-month or a 3-month or a 2-month whatever trip in the future. But for now, if you're going on a 2-week vacation or a 2-week backpacking trip, I would totally recommend this backpack. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe if y'all liked the video. Comment, I don't know, do all the things, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys, thanks.